Hey, alright everybody, how's it going? Now, if you can cast your mind back just a while ago about a Jaguar I Pace driver and his car wouldn't stop and he had to be rammed off the road by the police to stop his car. Now, all us EV drivers or people who don't mind EVs knew that his story was a load of old ghoulies. We all seen the holes in his story. Now, the reason I've got hold of this story today, and it is a story that's come out today, because he has been charged with fraud and dangerous driving. But we'll get into that in a second. But somebody pointed out that not Jeff, or Jeff buys cars, but I call him not Jeff because he doesn't like me using his name. That's what he said before. So I call him not Jeff. So he's done a video today, but if you remember, if you cast your minds back, not Jeff was desperate for that story to be true. He was desperate for that story to be true. He did do a interview with him, and the interview was... It just didn't make any sense. But not Jeff did do an interview with him, and later the guy was arrested by the police, I think, and he couldn't get in contact with him. But all the anti-EV types were desperate for that story to be true. They wanted it to be true because they wanted EVs to fail. The same as not Jeff. He wants EVs to fail, so he wanted that story to be true. But it wasn't true. I think even not Jeff saw some holes in the guy's story, but he didn't want to say, did he? But he put a video out today. I haven't watched it. I watched a little bit of the start, but he's basically saying that the guy's been done for fraud, and he took him hook, line and sinker. So he has admitted that, he was taken for a ride. Anyway, so the story is by here. I'm looking at the story here, and it does say Jaguar I Pace driver, who's 32, whose out of control car had to be rammed off the motorway by police, is charged with fraud and dangerous driving. Now, like I said, somebody pointed me towards the Not Jeff video, and I did go and have a look in the comment section to see what kind of comments were in there, and there was a few people, even though this person's been charged with fraud and dangerous driving, they're still suspicious. They think that it's a Jaguar cover-up and the police are going along for the ride. No. So what does it say by here? It says that he was arrested by Merseyside police in relation to the incident on M62 on March the 6th. Was that March the 6th? It must have been last year, surely. Police raced to the motorway to help the vehicle stop after he called 999 saying the £80,000 car was out of control. He said he was unable to brake while speeding down the M58 and M57 and M62 motorways. So he's been charged, and it says by here, he's due to appear in court on Wednesday, August the 13th. Now, it does say by here as well, following a police probe, Mr. Owen of Prestat in North Wales has been charged with dangerous driving, causing a public nuisance, and 2 counts of fraud by false representation. So there we go. So we all knew the story was a load of ghoulies, but the anti-EV people just were so desperate for it to be true. But, as it turns out, we all knew he was making the story up because it just didn't add up. You can't go roundabouts at that speed. So there we go. It all sounded a bit ridiculous at the time. And here we go. We got the proof is out here now. He's being charged. So there we go. And I did cover that story quite a few times. Jaguar I Pace, back when it happened. I can't remember when it happened. It must have been last year sometime. Surely. It couldn't have been the year before. It wasn't that long ago, was it? Because that would have been a long case to go for. But it just goes to show, doesn't it, that... Oh, and also, somebody in the comment section on the Not Jeff video said, fair play to you to admitting you was wrong. Fair play? He wanted it to be. He was desperate for it to be right. Desperation. He wanted it to be right. He's been searching for negative EV stories all the time. So he wanted it to be true, and it turned out to be false. So there we go. So it's best to sort of, when things happen, it's best to sort of not give your opinion straight away. It's best to get more facts in first, isn't it? Now, we did interview the guy, and everybody thought it was bogus, except, well, not everybody. Some people believed it. But there we go. I just thought I'd make that video. The guy has been charged with fraud. It was a massive load of old ghoulies. So there we go. The Jaguar I Pace wasn't out of control. Anyway, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hi!